What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I actually got some new tires to put on. I went and bought myself some I think they're called Terache Aztex, but I've seen them work and they seem to do extremely well out in the water, mud, sand, and the sidewall is a little bit better in comparison to what I got, which is pretty much a straight line. There, you can try to see it better like that. I'm definitely gonna get these things thrown on there. And then something else I got will be these Wild Boar Floorboards. They're metal and they kind of fold in a little bit more to give a better angle to fit bigger tires on the four-wheeler there. And the idea behind this is that I don't plan on going to bigger tires. I just kind of want to be able to run mine with the spacers without rubbing and having to cut so much and stuff. And these will be a little bit more sturdy. The only problem I have with it is still in shipping. I can't even blame the shipper, the carrier, because how it was they put it in the box and bubble wrapped a little bit, but they didn't put anything between the metal, and it was actually very poorly wrapped up. There was sheets of bubble wrap just literally folded and placed in the side of the box, but they came and squished it all together, and it just really chipped out the paint and scrapes on the metal as well. That's what I get, but it's nothing I can't fix. So I just hope if you guys buy them, they ship it a little bit better. Other than that, they're pretty well made, pretty sturdy, and decently thick too. But yep, I'm gonna get them installed, get the tires installed, and see how everything works out. Well, guys, I got the tires loaded up. Could have tried and done it myself, but I hate messing with tires, so I'm gonna go pay someone to mess up my rims and do it for me. And I got these things taped off and painted, so hopefully it'll be dry enough where I can just install it when I get it on. I would like to do multiple layers, but I shouldn't have to do this. This is ridiculous. I mean, I don't need help destroying stuff. I can destroy stuff on my own without, it's perfectly fine. But anyways, I'm gonna go get those tires mounted on the rims and come back and see what I can do with it. Well, guys, we got the tires mounted. It did not take them long. They actually did a decent job. The marks and stuff that's in my wheel, that came when I bought it, and I don't even know what the heck happened with it, but it does well. It holds the tire on there. But on top of that, I got the floorboards down here, painting for a second coat. These things are pretty simple to take off, install. Is you take this whole section off right here where the floorboards are, then you gotta take this off, and you just remove these two bolts, pull this thing off. And same thing with the other side. So I'm gonna do that and let the paint dry a little bit more, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, guys, there's a little update. So you gotta drop the skid plate right here, just two back ones, two middle ones. You don't have to take the whole thing off, but just so you can get to these bolts right here. With stock, it's kind of blocked up. I was thinking I can get to it, but since it was covered in mud, I don't know how that happened. I had to drop this off so I can get to it a little bit better. And these screws here, one of mine stripped off. They're these little things here. If it does break, nothing to really worry about, because your foot pegs pretty much have the same size. Okay, so once you pop that down, you get these bolts off. You then put this piece on. Just reuse the same bolts you have. Same thing goes with this. You can actually leave this one in there because there's a little groove. You can just slide it right on in, position it, and same goes for the other side. All right, guys, so the bolts here actually needed to be a little bit longer. If you're gonna do this, I would recommend getting a little bit longer bolts than what they provide. Tractor Supply is literally the cheapest. They go by pound. Other than that, use the impact and stuff to kind of just bring it together, because I'm running out of time. A lot of stuff's been going on today, and not with the pool, but just in general. But it worked out pretty well. I just need to get those tires on. All right, guys, everything's all said and done now. The tires in our 4 Aztexs are 5.5 psi. When it was max psi, it did measure out to 30 inches. I think now it's about 28.5 inches, and you can kind of see the BKTs are a little bit taller anyways. These are some good tires, but I'm excited to throw them out of the way and try these Aztexs. But with the Wild Boar Floorboards there and these Aztec tires, it does look a little bit meaner. I'm excited to try it out, and we're gonna just drive around the property for a second. All right, so it definitely feels funny standing on it. It's definitely not what I'm used to. Need to get used to that brake pedal right there. But let's see how everything performs. We're gonna do a little suspension test as well. See how these 30s do. And I already tested it out when it was max PSI. Pretty much I cleared it in the front, but I did start rubbing in the back. So let's get off and check. As you can see, I got plenty of room. Is this floating? Yeah, a little bouncy. Okay, good. Right there. But of course, let's not add my weight. Add my weight a little bit. Push it down some. Alright, so I'm definitely happy that the floorboards gave me that extra space for the wheel spacers. I mean, they don't look too bad. A little gap in between here. But it's all good. So we're gonna try and find ourselves a little bit of mud, just kind of pour a little bit. Creek's kind of high, so it's gonna be kind of sinky anyways. Oh yeah, it's kind of flooded back here. But I am in 2-wheel drive. It doesn't even feel like it's bogging. She's chewing, it got a little bogged down right there. Still my 2-wheel drive. Yeah, we're stuck. Okay. This is perfect. I want to see how it does in reverse. Alright, not a problem. Put that thing on 4-wheel drive. Yeah, I definitely hear the slower you take this thing, the more it grabs. But of course, reverse, these are directional tires, so let's go forward. Alright. Might have dug myself a hole to even get out of it. Give you an idea how deep we are. The tires are pretty much under. Oh well, let's use the winch for a second. I don't normally like hooking them up like this. I mean, for what it wasn't too bad. Let's see how bad these tires get off. Yeah, it definitely got some gumbo on it. And all over the floorboard too. For those of you that are just wondering why I was using the winch controller instead of the manually pulling it, my darn thing's stuck. It's that simple. I don't know if it's because I have so much synthetic rope in there or not. I do know once I put the synthetic rope in, it's extremely hard for me to pull it out. So I just rely on the gear to do it for me. So we're about to find out how dirty we're gonna get. I'm not looking forward to this part. Oh yeah, it's flinging. Oh, there's all red. Alright, so tires and everything, I don't really notice too much of a difference pulling or like how I'm gonna drive it. The mud, I can't really say that that was a good demonstration, because like I said, off camera I dug that thing out and I thought I could get grip out of it, but apparently I just bottomed myself out. But I mean, it seems to be decent tires. I don't really know until I go to a park. I hear that they do extremely well in sand and clay, snow, and out in the water as well, and they actually weigh less than the BKTs as well, so that's another plus why I wanted it, kind of relieve some of the strain on the axles. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope this helped you out, or at least entertained you. I don't know, I got a little bit of entertainment out of it, but there's that gap I was telling you about. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video.